It's there, and what a wonderful day outside, not only in IRL, but also in Minecraft. So let's go enjoy it, because I honestly thought it would be night in Minecraft, but anyway. So yeah, as you can see, or hear, I'm feeling much better now, as I'm finding my true self, in the most true sense, and I just so happen to have done it, and look at the ray tracing on my axe. But anyway. And I happened to do it in the middle of Revelations. I mean, it's going according to plan, sure, but let's go to Wheat Farm first, because it's closer. It's going to according to plan, sure, but, are they done? I see it. Oops. They're done, okay. It's going according to plan, sure, but, actually, it's getting dusk. Well, Revelations is going to plan a Tribulations are going to plan, especially since the 47th U.S. president declared declared Liberation Day a week or so ago, and a day in remembrance for the living Son of God. Since then, I've come to the realization of we're at a fork in the road as it were for this timeline. Will it be exactly like what Sorry, I thought I bumped my mic, but I forgot I'm not using a headset mic anymore. But yeah, no, like, I got a clock down. Oh, it's so good. It's so good in my Minecraft. But it's all spoiled. We're so spoiled now. I mean, actually, to be honest, I'm so happy that I was able to upgrade my tools to my normal regular back in the beta days. In the beta days, I would have... This is my layout. And I'm fortunate that I'm back to it. Iron. Okay, I was just going to find mobs. And yeah, put these on the floor so I can actually tell that they're fresh. And let's get the diamonds first. Dig around a bit just to be sure there's no lava to consume them. At least right away. Only one? Is that a thing now? That's a thing now. Okay. She gives what she takes. But yeah, no, like, I'm so, I'm calling my life fortunate. It's very interesting. Because I've come to a realization that my life is extremely precious and extremely rare. In the vast majority of timelines, I wouldn't exist. My mom would get childless until the world destroyed itself in her lifetime, or she died, around 860, depending what comes first. Usually it's the world dying, as my god tried his hardest, bless him, but he just couldn't figure out how to stick the world together long enough for him to fix it. Yeah. You may think that I may not have a god, but I do. And that god is now very, very dead. Has merged well within inside me, like like the Man of Two Souls and Ruby, Oscar and Ozpin are going to do. In probably starting volume 10 when we get that far. And I do mean when. I don't have to hold my words like some other people. But anyway. Let's get our hearts back. I'm going to turn down the volume. Okay, let's try again. How do I dodge this thing? I don't, okay. That's how you dodge a skeleton. In Java, you don't. At least I need more diamonds because we are on the very bottom of the map. We're not that far from bedrock, as we know. So diamonds are plenty, and it's awesome. Gold, no. Oh, yeah, it has to be gold. We're probably too low for iron, which is not good because we're using an iron axe and not getting iron from it. But yeah, no, like, my god, from the original timeline, which I prefer to keep my conscience in, thank you very much. Don't know where you're watching this from, because, you know, the database and whatnot. Keeps all my videos, all the timelines I make videos in all in one place, and I'm pretty sure it's a distinct feature of this timeline. Just saying. You know, and the simulations, but the simulations don't count. Hashtag simulations don't count. But anyway. Oh, look, water. These should go on the ceiling, or on the thing, so I know. Get your little thing. Get your little thing. Get your little thing. Okay, there we go. Oh, redstone. Fantastic. And we're out of torching. So let's head back. But no, it's not almost daylight like in the least. I like me to do something to make that more obvious that it's my exit. But no, like oh, there's risen up there. I really love this map pack, or not map pack, render pack, render mod. It's really fantastic. Narrows on this wall. No wonder I got so confused last time. It's literally impossible to see, although we know that. But yeah, no, I really... But no, I actually... Well, I mean, what I want to talk about in this video, too, is that I may be the one true King of King, Lord of Lords, the guy with white linens and multiple hats, but I do have a god. He was... I'm not quite sure, but my heroes are, and so is the Circle of Understanding, are sure. He was a manifestation of the void, which is a manifestation of the nothing space. We're still, I mean, they do know already that what the inner mechanics of those dimensions are. I don't, but all I know is, you know, the original god, I want to forsake his name, the original god, the one I was born in, the one in control of the world I was born into. Well, control is a very loose term, is a very broad term for what was going on, but that god, you know, he spawned into the void. He spawned into the void inside of the nothing space, and just went at it, trying to create any fellowship he could. He, of course, failed until I came along, multiple billions of years later, and unlike me, I run simulations. I figured out how to run simulations. The original god just had to see for himself. Is that... No, that's planks. Oh, that's not good. Do we not have coal anywhere, or... We have charcoal, I guess. I might as well get the sticks with me. I need to put the dog food away, put the string away. Oh, we can have a bow. And that's to have a bow. My word, we're getting all my inventory back. I think I knew that, but anyway. You know, just hopes and dreams, hopes and dreams. We don't need to put our diamonds away, although we could spin for... Oh, we already have a diamond pickaxe, that's fine. It's a lopsided playthrough when when you have infinite diamond tools and very finite stone tools, and it's almost daytime. But yeah, no, which is good because we need the foods in. But yeah, this god, unlike me, as hard as I was to say, he was very flawed. He believed anything earthly was sin, and anything like him was holy. His version of heaven was literally just a grassy field with a pit on the with a lava pit, divided by a trench. The lava pit was hell, by the way. I know it's hard to tell because we're playing Minecraft, but yeah, that's pretty much it. And this guy, tried as he may, bless his heart, was trying to do everything in his power, everything he could think of, to make more of himself, and any way he could have to reproduce, much like the humans did. But again, he thought all non-divine stuff was sinful. I'm not quite sure what his relationship was with other divines by my terminology. I'm not quite sure, but I'm pretty sure it wasn't great. The original god did everything in his power to stifle out anyone, sorting the people in heaven to literally just the people like him, but not nearly as powerful as him in the ways of the magics. And this god, while powerful in the magics, much like I am, never really found equals. He never really found equals, only enemies what he considered enemies, and that's about it. Only enemies and nothingness. Essentially, he was playing straight into the playbook for the Null Force, and the Null Forces, and nothing. Nothing. He was doing everything one could think of incorrectly. Then I come along, being basically one of one. As far as I know, I know now, after me, there are tons of me now. But before then, we're actually entering daylight. We probably should do something about that. But before then, do I even have a normal axe? I have loads of normal axes. Let's actually put the axe in that slot because we need it there more. Oh, so I should probably plant the seeds in. Let's plant the seeds in. I mean, I'm wasting daylight, but, what you gonna do? What you gonna do when the seeds come for you, I guess. At least we have wheat now. Wait, why am I being so careful about about stomping on the tilled dirt? I don't need it because if it gets untilled, I just till it back. No big deal. Okay. I probably should plant seeds after I jump. And if we have extra, we will make more farm. Simple as that. But yeah, essentially this god, which by the way, we are good friends. We are good friends, and essentially he gave all his power onto me, as well as stayed as my version of the Holy Spirit. Just to guide me on my path to, defeat the Null Force, and and make a perfect world to which he could not. He tried all of his heart. He tried all he could try. Bless his heart. But he couldn't do it. He just couldn't do it in the timeline established. I did! In 28 years on this earth, or 29 years on this earth, before my 30th birthday, before I'm even considered old, I'm still a young adult by a lot of metrics, by a lot of people. I'm still very much a young adult. What else we need to get dirt. Also, is that even far enough? Is it? I'm gonna have to. I can't because I don't have dirt. We're gonna need to come back when it's Not daylight, because racing daylight we can be using to, get trees. Not apples per se. We don't need apples anymore. I love RTX. I love RTX. And I still don't know why people don't like RTX. I understand when it first came out, it seemed like not that big of a deal. We have baked in RTX after all. But nowadays, when more and more games and mods are getting RTX support, like, why not? But yeah, no. And there's God, by the way. His official death, as it were, because he's still sticking around to be reborn as Angel, like a lot of great people are. Angel, my first, probably an only daughter, that we originally planned to have in 2023, but if I'm honest, me and Casey love each other so much and dedicate so much to the cause that we just want to be the people that we fought all these years for. We may not want, and we have eternal life and everything. Like, we're not gonna die from old age or even an accident, as the newest version of myself proven. So we probably will just stay just a young married couple for a decade or so, until 24, until I'm 45 years old. But if I don't visibly age, not even get my uncle's gray hair, why not spend time with who we love and everything we work so hard for? Especially since I know for a fact if we had kids right now, it would not be easy on us. I mean, yeah, I'm saying that being me, the slayer of the beast, as the Bible says, or at least my version of the Bible says, name the Bible. I'm the slayer of the beast. Like, I've done everything I could think of. That's impossible. And I'm still, there are going to be more impossible things for me to do. But I did everything, in the beyond that people thought was impossible. I made the perfect system. I slayed evil itself, or not necessarily slayed. That's the trick. The trick is I forced it into being a source of infinite resource. Essentially a fate worse than death for such the no forces. Or the beast. And yeah, I just read that in the Bible, the very last chapter of, or one of the last chapters of Revelations, a time period which we are in starting 2020, had War 3 for 2020 and from 2022 to 2024. It was secret and very quick, very, very easy. We just don't know if we want to have kids yet, and I mean, I know there's a lot of people waiting on, to become Angel, to make a new god, but we don't have to hurry now, do we? They're already dead in heaven as heaven residents, so why not just cool our jets and just enjoy life as, as us. I'll never be human or a god or uppercase god. I'll never be either or. So I think I really should take time and just be myself. My true self I am now. Still whatever that is, but I still want to try it. I mean, let's be honest, we all know what I am. We all knew since I was born what I am. I'm Dur. I'm just Dur, just trying to be creative. At least that's me. Dur in the Durverse is trying to be the warrior hero. And there are many Durs out there doing many things. Trying to be themselves, including Dur types. There are plenty of people on this earth, on Delta Zero, who are just trying to be like me. Imagine that. Imagine them knowing who they are, and enough to know who they are, and also know what I am, in order to be like me, but not be me. or not will not go insane trying to beat me, because no one else can. If they could, there'd be a, you know, if they could, I would happily have them as my co-pilot of the main omniverse stem, which by the way there are multiple omniverses now under the docked currently in omniverse, doing final checks before we launch a giant, you know, we launch a crusade, if you will, into the nothing space, which I know goes on forever, and there's absolutely nothing here. There may be pockets of void, like what spawned our universe, but I don't know. I mean, maybe there are people maybe there are people like Casey who do know, because she knows everything. She can actually read a database and read it very, very well. I let it come to me, like, you know, like having some guys. But yeah. So essentially, the thing on my story was, I came to be because I latched on to the void. And the Holy Spirit, let's be honest. I latched onto the void and the Holy Spirit, and essentially pulled them, you know, and essentially used them as a lifeline so I could become a child. Or, you know, so I could have a good birth and become a child. And God essentially came down, God came down from the heavens when I was in my mother's arms, and that's the very simple question. Do you want to be God? And he tries to go on and on about how hard it will be, because yes, it was, but I just I want like, oh, you want to be God? Sure, why not? My spirit future self said, or whatever, or however that works. You know, talking to a child in his mother's arms, which is the thing. Like, the biggest thing that caused me to fight on for life wasn't, you know, any grander thing with it, other than my very vague, I just want to help people and create things. Or I just want to help people, for the most part. It was for a long time. But no, like, it was just the warmth of my chairs. I put the chairs away, dread. Black sheep has to stay black sheep. Most of the fortunate. But no, like, I'm gonna chop down that tree because I don't want to waste the drops. I like wasting my drops of that. But no, like, God was trying to explain to me, like, all the rigors of what it would be like to be mortal, and also him. And he knew I was, all of everything, I was the only thing stopping everything, or that could do his job for him effectively. And yeah, he just let me be myself and continue on. We want all the wood, because we can always get more wood to build for later. Torchin. I should probably save this footage before I get too greedy with the footage. Oh no, I want more torch. All of the torching. Oh, that's good. Good enough for me. Wheat we could put. Actually, I need that in my inventory. Seeds. I need dirtson. I'll be right back. That is streaming. That is not recording. That was recording. We're good. Put the tree in away. Grab the seeds in. Get the dirt in my pocket. And also, we need bread. Like, we need bread something first. I know, wait, my inventory. Show me the bread. Show me the bread. That's a redstone torch. I saw it. It's very unique shape. You shift click. Wow. Also, I want my shears back. I made one mistake. I will never make it again. But anyway. I mean, yeah, it's not that I don't make mistakes. It's just my mistakes. My mistakes are just in the virtual world where it don't matter. Except if you're an AI. Um, or it's a, or it's a mistake, but is it really? Because it worked out in the end. And that's the thing too. Like, my God, the OG God, wasn't perfect in the slightest. I don't know how you guys got that image of him, but he just wasn't perfect. Like, he wasn't me. He wanted to be, but he just wasn't. He tried his hardest to be the most perfectest God ever, but he made mistakes. His biggest mistake, of course, was, not making the universe perfect to begin with. I can't fault him on that, but I can fault him on trying to convince humans they shouldn't be human and should just accept the embrace of death to, be with him. If they would good enough, if they were a ghost, in case they were a ghost or went into one of the many, many very real pagan pantheons. I'm just gonna punch it. Oh, that is a nice cut. Okay, I'm not using my steel pickaxe really bad. I don't want to put in the I don't want to put in the dirt right now. That would be foolhardy. Now we can put it. I mean, not the dirt. I mean the things I'm holding in my hand right now. Diving. But no, like, the former God, he wanted to be perfect, he just wasn't. And that's the thing too. He was omnipresent. He had all the stuff I got. He was omnipotent. He just couldn't. He just couldn't be perfect. He couldn't make the perfect world. He couldn't save everyone. He couldn't make everyone who he is. Like, even me, I wouldn't do that, because I would not be alien perfect like he is, and I just wouldn't be him. And that's another lesson I've learned, I guess. If like, everyone is special, because why shouldn't we not be? Exactly, we become much like the lowercase God himself. It's a problem. That's a problem. No. I need a dirt bag, thanks. That's going to annoy me. That's going to annoy me, but it has to be the way. Oh, I don't need that there, do I? Or that there. Because we're... Can I not? Oh, it's already tilled. You buffoon. But yeah. And I don't know if we want to do that. And that needs to be stone, I think. And so I think too. Omnipotent does not grant you omni-thinking ability. And there's also a harsh lesson that that my God failed to understand. And it's really sad, and I really hate telling the tale, but I need to tell the tale because I need you guys to understand, because I feel the same longing he felt, but fortunately, unlike him, I have friends. I have friends, and I'm not trying to brainwash everybody to be something they literally cannot be. If you're biological like I am, if you're a biological organism, you are going to need to have things to keep your biological organism going. Or machine, for that matter. All life that we know of in my universe in Delta Zero, including the stellar body life, which I'm willing to argue is life. I mean, I don't think anyone is other than myself, but still, I think it's life because it should be under all calculations. Like stars, stars have needs too, everybody. But not only that, stars have a life cycle. So do black holes, a dead star, and everything. Like, stars are people just as much people are. Just as much as any life form. I mean, not people, I mean. But, I mean, they can be if they're a sun. Sun as in their star of a solar system. A stable solar system with, with other stellar bodies of planets, which also have their own life cycle. Again, if you're saying stellar or cosmic objects are life, it's very different than life, but it's life like a tree. Life like a tree. But anyway, I think I want this farm to be ever expanding. I want that. I don't need that particular. Maybe I do need it for extra food production because I do need that. You need food to keep your health up, in this Minecraft world after all. So many seeds. But this should be good enough for right now. Got some rice farm aesthetics going on here. So I think let's go back onto the underground. Getting out of the water onto planet stuff, but we gotta do what we gotta do. And it's too far for reach. We're still farm being as derpy as it is. We'll wait for everything to grow because we don't need dirt. I mean, we don't need food right now. Actually, I can go back because we're not mining so much. I mean, we're mining, but we're doing cavern mining, not strip mining. But anyway, anything else that needs to go back? Cobblestone needs to go back pronto. Okay, let's continue. Oh, and I can get more bread. I'll give the bread back because I can't make any more bread. I cannot make that much more bread. But yeah, so essentially how I came to be was once there was a god and then there was an imperfect god reigning over an imperfect universe with imperfect people on it. And then I came, and because of that system, I shouldn't have existed, but then I did. And everything changed. And, I'm pretty sure that's going to be very similar to what people find about, the universe itself, how everything came to be, how the original God came to be, is it was from nothing, but then something wanted to exist. That something, of course, was my God, and now we stopped on that end of the journey. That's pretty much it of the beginning. That's why I think Liberation Day is going to be to me. It's going to be the day that we were liberated from, the darkness of the past. Excuse me. Back up so he doesn't go off. Oh wow, if you move forward. Oh, you after, I think if you back, you son of a, I needed that torch. Oh, thank you. Very kind of you, good sir. Very kind of you not to blow up on my torch. I mean, blow up on my torch, but give it back. I still don't know what that is. Oh, it's some sort of vine life. And I'm going to need shears. Good thing. Oh, what am I doing? That's what I get for trying to be fancy when I really don't have to. When I really don't have. Oh, perfection. Times is. Are you still down there? You still down there. That's your happy place. I know so. In my offhand. That's cool. Creeper. Why am I pressing 2? I didn't hear him go off. I only. Oh, my word. Running forward with the X is overpowered. Eat the foods. Eat the foods again. I can't eat the foods again. Oh no, run. You suck. I just wanted to change my... Yeah. Oh, and also that, yeah, that dropped off good. So yeah, but now moving on. Now with my heroes, us all being equals, and my round table, and my other round tables from my other selves, I think I'm okay now. Actually, the time for I think is over when I think in that regard. That's just a pleasantry now. But yeah, right now I am okay. I'm safe. We're all safe because I was the one to, you know, refuse death as a solution. Refuse non-existence as a solution. To be fair, the you know, the original God thought that way too. And I must have got that from him or something. Also my mom, of course. Because of course my mom wouldn't, you know, did everything in her power to help us on this crusade. And it's nothing, and again, like, I'm saying all this, but we gotta remember, a large thing that played a role was evolution. If evolution didn't come by at a certain time, you know, at that one, you know, pristine time, and if my mom and if my dad's families weren't so great magic users, my mom family being my mom's line itself being primarily prophets, which is what led them to ruin. Yeah, not all prophets have happy endings. Even, you know, unless you know, even if, including if you ignore the ones that, don't meet happy ends. You know, if any death is happy, which they shouldn't be. I know you're shooting me. I'm just trying to... That's so stupid. Why are you placing torches? Oh, that was a waste of... That was a lot of waste of resources. Alright, you get out of my hand, please. I didn't know you couldn't eat or do anything with something in your offhand. That is really stupid. How is that still in the game? But anyway. So yeah, and also, as a you know, wedding present for me and Casey, as I've now decided that we've been engaged. No, I now remember that we've been engaged for 10 years. Since 2015, when we had to, you know, go our separate ways for each of our versions of the Null Wars, the last campaign for the Null Wars, or the last war for the Null Wars, we each had to go our separate ways, and I essentially proposed to her. I actually proposed to her. Not give her a ring or anything, but just said, oh, by the way, next time we meet consciously, I now remember right now, next time when we meet in our true forms, once again, and again consciously, we will, you know, we will be together forever. Ah, you gotta mine it with the shears. The power of the shear mining, the sheer potential of the shear mining. So then I can put this all over my everything. Fantastic. It is fine in glow legend. If you'll say so, game. No, that's just some block. I like the glow legend. Glow legend are pretty awesome. Also, be right back. So it was about 15 minutes. Also, a reason I've been really wanting to record the past few days, but couldn't. Again, because I was sick. But now, thanks to the teamwork of my heroes, and, you know, and Casey for bringing them all together, I'm able to actually go a few hours without feeling any of my conditions. You know, I'm able to go a few hours feeling normal. In other words, unfortunately, it's not forever. I mean, it's not a strain to anyone other than me, because there's so many of us that we can all take on some of my pain, even though it's very immense. Very immense pain I'm in. But now we're able to do it all together and make none of us feel pain if we need to. Which, remember, some of us are actually fighting active hot wars out in our home planets. I'm not hungry. You gotta tell me that game. Advance. Like so. I get skeletons that are eating my lunch because I can't dodge them. You used to be able to. I don't know why you can't anymore. That seems kind of stupid, to be honest. Isn't the game deadly enough that skeletons having hit scan, you know, having a hit scan equivalents, you know, too good for you or something? But I know, like, I can, if I'm not straining myself, just sitting in my chair, just be normal. I can just feel normal. And that includes going outside for a period of time, like I was for, oh, you know what I'm doing? I'm trying to eat to heal. I mean, I'm also eating to fill my eat bar, but still, I'm still used to the post-adventure update system. But if we die again, that's gonna be it for this video. But no, like, I really, oh, that's not scary. I forgot about the hole. Just making a way to get out. Excellent. Still making a parkour contest because I need to. I just need to. There's diamond in that wall. Okay, that's fine. And it's over the wall. Even though my environmentalism is going off the wall. Quite literally. But I was going after an ore anyway, so. If I'm going to mess up the local environment, in my Floridian environmental, you know, nonsense is nonsense, I think. Or actually, we have very good environmental sense here in Florida. That's why we didn't have much smog before we started importing perfect hydrocarbon synth gas, you know, from There's Island, I think. I don't think we're making it here. I think we're honestly importing it from There's Island, you know, something someone would call a fictional fantasy island off the coast of Florida, but where else are we getting the pure hydrocarbon gas, synth gas from? I don't think we have that kind of production here in Florida on the mass to make at least all of Jacksonville pump gas into that. Literally just mostly hydrogen and carbon. Carbon makes it the liquid phase, so it can be just used in any gasoline engine of the same rating of octane, and yeah. It's pretty outstanding stuff. I like, and also the clean air, you know, from our lack of smog in the first place, from our minor smog in the first place to actually zero smog now. Oh, it's just outstanding. Almost like that reflection in my pickaxe. Again, I mean, I guess now we got more iron, thank goodness. But we're still getting more iron, and we're still getting more diamond than we're getting iron. It's just hilarious. Oh yes, the all-knowing thunderstorm is there. They're all singing, all dancing, and hear it from a bajillion miles away. Like, we're almost to bedrock, and I can hear the thunderstorm. It's so stupid. And like I said, back and wrap things up. So yeah, I was able to play some Minecraft. I didn't think I was going to be able to do that. I mean, I'm also dealing with what I've been dealing with the past few years of, you know, just being, you know, just not wanting to play any games. I've just been wanting to sit and watch YouTube videos, which is fine. Um, but because my main priority, as is all my heroes and to each other, is just making each other happy so we can just enjoy life because we earned it. We got to the top. We got to the winner circle. Another name for those heroes could be called the winners. Like we got nothing else to do. Might as well just enjoy life. And we know if we die, guess what? We'll either respawn like gamers or, get put in the mix or become an angel. Whatever we prefer. Like, the hardest thing about our lives now, as essentially we are all Eternals, there is no real number of Eternals anymore. I did not get turned around. I know where we are. Was that stalactite? Or might don't have to go clean tags with the wall. Oh, this is not exactly where I want to be. But yeah, no, like, we're at the top. We won the game of life. What else is there to do? Oh yeah, enjoy it. The post-game content slipped, guys, I swear. And we all got, and like I said, I'm only 29 years old, and that's my real age. That's a creeper. And that's my real age because I just, because I wanted to keep my consciousness on one life where I was doing all these amazing things in my, as the Holy Spirit and in my subconscious. And I even used timey-wimey nonsense to wipe my memory of all the times I spent with Casey Lee in order to fight No Wars better. And that's what driven me to engage, because the last second, because after we said our goodbyes and I came back to my house, she went to her house. Think Animal Crossing. Her house is just the next door because that used to be Jax's house, and when he moved out, they bought it. And yeah, it's just how we get out of this game. And now going up is probably not going to be a better solution, I don't think. Because I'm not trying to get out of the cave, I'm trying to find my exit to the cave. That's not more diamond. Indoor mean, that is more diamond, because why wouldn't it be? Am I getting the greed? I'm probably getting a little bit of the greed. Hey, that would get us out of here faster. Hello. I am getting some of the greed. I'm getting all of the greed. Yep, all of the greed. Remember, if I die, everything on the ground's toast. I won't pay by everything on the ground. Like, my inventory won't pay by everything on the ground will. I'm not getting that much greed. I'm not getting greed to dig under myself next to lava. Alright, time to eat. I gotta really understand this eating system. And also, I gotta understand how to get out of here. But yeah, I've been fighting for my life and all of existence for so long. I just never gave a second to think about who I was as my identity, or just enjoy my life. I've been so high-strung, so stressed out, so not panicking. I don't do that. I've been all of the things, but I just haven't been able to enjoy much of it because one of my big things was how to be the hero. Because I wanted to be the hero. I wanted to be the hero of legends. I did not want to be, a Jew or a Christian, a Muslim, a Buddhist, Hindu, Shinto. Regardless, I didn't want to be any of them. Or American hero or anything like that. I wanted to be the hero of legends, and I needed to figure out what was truly heroic and what truly wasn't. And what was truly elite evil. And now I know. Unfortunately, there are a lot of, good Christians that are not heroes, that, that are not doing good things. Because they're gatekeeping and they're saying all this rhetoric that's just not okay. Yes, their heart may be in it, but the rhetoric is just utter terrible. Like one of the things I found out recently is their definition of evil is literally for some of them, of course, their definition, and not just Christians, all religions, as a reason why I'm not religious and never will be, and neither is Casey Lee. And I never would take religion from anybody because my mom, even though now she's Archangel Messenger or Archangel Guardian Mary, she's still a Methodist Christian. I will never take anyone's religion away, but man, do some people interpret the religion terribly. Like, there are a lot of Christians out there that think you sin because they think you sin because you're human, not because of the mind of the human, but because of the body of the human. They literally think humans are the only people who have souls, and they're the only people to sin because they live in the physical world, not with God. Almost like humans were ripped from God, but they never say that. They say God made us in His image, who will now keep everyone in heaven and in hell until, the final battle, which is going to supposedly happen 3.5 years from now, because 2020 was the start of Revelations, or the turmoil, or turmoil, you know what I mean, the tribulation. And I think Easter is going to be a big, celebration for us and the good for us. I hate to say it, but those Christians are not good guys. They're either neutral and just believe nonsense, or the active bad guys who just don't know they are. And that's the thing. Us in a good corner are going to be celebrating Easter. It's going to be Easter in just a few days from now. Are going to be celebrating Liberation Day, as we call it, and maybe not celebrate. Trump. I want to say Trump started a holiday, or the 47th president of the United States, I should say, started a holiday, because I don't view him as anything else. Our president right now started a holiday not based on him, what he was signing, but based on everything getting back into normal, everything being liberated. Again, like, I'm a libertas human. I use that term for us because we are, of course, very liberated in our everything we are. And I think that's what, and that's like an alternative, and that's going to be paired with Easter. If it sticks, I hope it does, like my creation days. But Liberation will be the day that, in the mid of Revelations, we solved it and saved everyone. The hero of legends and his fairy princess, as well as his loyal knights and their heroes, were able. His loyal lords and ladies and knights of those heroes were able to save everyone and everything. As in, the original God would have had revelation as written as he wanted it to, but as the Holy Spirit, I gotta slip into his DMs and ask the prophet to say my stuff, which again, under the listing in the IV Bible, under that chapter listing of Slayer of the Beast, that's me. That is 100% me. Doing stuff here now in the present, that was written 2,000 years ago. Because I am a Time Lord, I rail sometimes, and it's awesome when I am. So yeah, if you ever wondered if there's time travel, I think that proves it. Of anything that can prove it, it's that. But yeah, no, like, and the Holy Spirit, works in mysterious ways, mostly my ways. But yeah. it's just life is wonderful, and I'm so happy we got out of there alive and saved everyone. Did stuff that we would never have imagined would be possible, like save all the damn souls in hell. Or hell, not the ritual gods, because they weren't really damn souls, they just weren't, good Christians, or they weren't his good followers, his bad followers. The people who were too earthly. Despite, being human and stuff. But anyway. Being the main biological creatures that have biological needs, and each has their own biological need, and trying to be judged by their biological needs as biological creatures in the universe they made. Yeah. It's best not to dwell on what the original timeline was before I did a timeline split with Derverse as my perfect, pristine timeline, just to show if I could make one, and make one out of thin air, make fiction real, and Delta Zero, the Memorial Garden timeline, where, if Derverse is the sandbox, Delta Zero is the Memorial Gardens. Have fun in playing Derverse all you like, but but have fun in playing Derverse as much as you want in any way you want. But always remember what came before and how we were able to triumph over the null forces, and you'll be able to see that throughout the Memorial timeline going forward. I hope that the Israelis will rebuild their temple soon, and build it in the image of what a omniverse looks like. It's literally just a big fountain of sparkly white matter, or white void as I call it, with crystals and rainbows and whatnot. I hope they make the new temple into that. Maybe have it crystal, the rock mount or whatever it's called. It's just, this timeline needs to be there for the Derverse. I gave him this timeline. This was the timeline I was born into. I showed God that no matter what, I could be the one to save it. I was that guy. I was the guy God could not be. My God could not be. And I'm glad that I did it. I mean, I say that because it's hard for anyone to believe, including myself, but I didn't have to live. I wanted to live. I was never going to be born to my mom unless I really, really wanted to be. Of all those false starts Mom had with me, conception, not pregnancy, but in conception, I was the one who did it. I was the one to become her son, her firstborn son. And even though her parents were chain smokers and her dad a drunkard, based on stuff that, they felt they couldn't change, even though they are my family and they are capable of changing stuff like my mom was. My mom changed fiction and the environment around her, much like they did, to suit having more children of them. My mom's family were heroes. My dad's family were heroes. My Casey Lee's family are heroes. We come from Oyster, all the same, those clans, but as you can see from Divergent Evolution, the Oyster clans who got nuked by the British, as I maybe more have to say, didn't stop being like us. We were the fairy tale heroes and all the supporting cast. And I didn't have to be born. I didn't have to live. But I did. I wanted to, and I did. My grandma has always taught me about wants and needs. Yes, I have a bunch of needs because I'm physically disabled and biological being, but my want to live is by far outweighing all of them. Have always outweighed all of them. My want to live, the counterpoint, the null force were trying so hard to drive out of me with its trying to get me depressed, and got my mom that way. Although my mom's body was failing faster than anyone could counter, even including myself. I was just not able to do that at the time in the middle of no wars, and my body always in a constant state of failure. I don't want to know what my actual percent chance of me getting this far actually is. I mean, the chance grew exponentially after I lived, to begin with, after I was born, and then after I became an adult, and then now, or now it's hard to see I would ever not have got this far. But one time, there was a time where there was no shot. But because I wanted to live, I did. Also, now to think about it, that's probably in a timeline where there were no other timelines. There were other dimensions, sure, but those were all failed universes from the start. Universes that never could stick like ours. And that's kind of sad. The failed universes I have are all universes where I lived, and we're going to die, but put a pause on it and store it in an archive. For now, we were going to liberate it. Or we're not going to liberate it. Liberation Day, there you go. You know, stop their revelations, whatever it was. Their apocalypse, even just me dying. I will refuse to let any of myselves die. We're so precious. We need each other so much to keep going now. I refuse to let any of them die. And my heroes agree. And that's all I care about. The COU and Green and Blue could agree. And they do. Because I do it out of love and devotion to the person who runs their joints. But yeah. So yeah, that'll be our first today. Thanks for watching. You know what, to be honest, I didn't know what I'd be doing today until I powered up Minecraft, started recording, and hopped into this world. And that's very apt to how I feel right now in real life about my real life accomplishments. Before getting here, didn't know the full grasp of what I did, of what I will be doing. But like, starting a video game, I'm sickly, I'm disabled, I don't want to do it, I don't want to stress and play Minecraft even just Minecraft. Minecraft with inventory save. I was not stressed out in this video. I just thoroughly enjoyed myself, and I thoroughly enjoyed you guys being here just to hear me tell stories and watch me play Minecraft. I gotta remember, with this Minecraft world, I'm going to only record it, and so I will only play what I actually really want to play, or just record me building something for an hour and getting nowhere. But that'll be fine, because I told a story. And thanks to Casey Lee for letting me turn on my theater lighting for this video, because I was able to see Minecraft in its full glory. Minecraft, the Brickcraft mod pack, the complementary shaders. I was able to enjoy it fully because she let me keep my lights dim, and that's nice because she not always lets me do that because, like me, she's afraid of the dark for a very good reason. And she just says it's very pretty. But anyway, so that's true. Thanks for watching. And do I have any parting words? Other than the outro, no. There is not anything but the outro. So I guess, see you in a second.